Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you about a family that is arguably the wealthiest in the entire world. The Rothschilds, as you probably predicted. We'll discuss who they are now. Having established ties to Ripple allowed us to gain entry to SBI. Even if it's not brand new, this is a huge deal since it opens the door to wonderful opportunities for the future. We'll go through what Malaysia has made possible with their brand new, mind-blowing software and the transfer of XRP in more than 60 nations. What you heard is true. Here, we'll discuss Chase's online services. We are getting closer than we ever had before, even with SPF in jail, so yes, Chase Bank Digital while. It's high time they put him behind bars. What a dummy he is. He is receiving exactly what he deserves. The SEC has announced that it would not approve the ETF, and that the Fed will instead enter Volante. With Bitcoins unchanged at $29,500 and Ethereum at $18.55 XRP, or a whooping 63 cents, speculation is heating up. To me, it's a bargain that USDT and USDC have arrived at their dollar pegs. There is a total market cap of $1.187 trillion for all cryptocurrencies. Let's have a look. Malaysia on Instagram, Chad posts what? Instagram IDEO, who even remembers them? XRP being used for international payments into Malaysia, including references to the dark web? The last thing that set me off was seeing on the screen that our software had made it to Malaysia. Here, we discuss how XRP can be used to make international money transfers. Can you describe the content? The Indian rupee, oh no. For the most part, I agree. The ties to India are well known to us. We are aware of the existence of Ripple's Indian offices and of Sheila Burla's claim that 70% of Indian banks are using the service. In addition, we are aware of the ongoing discussions between central banks and Ripple, which is providing them with a foundation upon which to build their digital asset systems. Why is it so massive? It really is that easy. On the 13th of August, Ripple tweeted that one of its strengths is its speed. Here's an Instagram post from former CEO Yogesh Singhal, who you may or may not remember. In it, he explains how Instagram is using our payment solution to cut transaction times for small and medium-sized businesses around the world by half. To transfer funds from Malaysia, Instagram now supports money transfers, making international money transfers between Malaysia and more than 60 other countries quick, simple, and inexpensive. Put an end to surprise charges and inflated exchange rates when sending money online from Malaysia. We get into this Chase NAS digital wallet using XRP, and the transaction is settled using XRP's on-demand liquidity. With each passing day, widespread implementation becomes a step closer. Take stock of your beliefs and values and discard those that are not in line with founded by Early Warning Services LLC, Chase Bank, and other financial institutions including Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and US Bank. PA is a digital wallet service. With PASS, you can access all of your credit and debit cards from different banks in one spot, making online purchases more simpler. I had a conversation with my JP Morgan financial advisor, and he informed me that the bank is looking into digital currencies. We're excited to announce the release of Bank of America's digital wallet. Bank of America is headquartered in what country? As far as I know, Bank of America is collaborating closely with Ripple. In the United States, quick payments have just gone live. As immediate payments become operational in more and more regions, those who previously were not qualified for such payments may now do so. ISO 20022 established new benchmarks that everyone must adhere to. Don't give people a la carte options. They were forced to adopt the new requirements, which opened the door for Ripple by eliminating a key selling point. They didn't have to persuade these financial institutions to switch to the new, terrifying blockchain and network, but they were nonetheless compelled to do so. Blockchains and several cryptocurrencies implemented through said blockchains, all using a solitary API connection, and then we see this, who recalls this scene? I'm gonna throw in a couple. This guy must have felt like the king of the world, and I won't be the one to tell him otherwise. At 30, he had more wealth than any other person on earth. Well, what do you know? What he deserved has now come to him. He's been put in jail. Sam Baker is the one being fried here. Here it is. SPF. On Friday, a judge revoked the former FTX CEO's release due to allegations of witness tampering and ordered him to jail. Shame on crypto. After posting a staggering $250 million bond, Mabul has remained under house arrest at his parents' home in Palo Alto, California. In order to post the bond, this guy used the money of everyone who has ever used FTX. They bought off every single one of these lawmakers. That's the only justification for letting him go free. The widely publicized SPF fraud case was slated to go to trial in October of this year. After facing charges in the United States for allegedly masterminding the greatest financial fraud in history the previous year. If found guilty on such allegations, the former crypto star may spend the rest of his life behind bars. The government has been trying to get SBF locked up before his trial by having his bail revoked. After claiming the FTX creator tampered with evidence. Inquiring minds want to know. Very elementary. It's likely that he's giving these individuals not to be silent about his actions. They nabbed him and threw him in jail. The judge made the proper decision. Before his trial begins in October, she had him locked up in jail and forbade him from communicating with anyone. He has been absent for quite some time. Give me a break. People want to relaunch FTX after everything he's done to the community with it. He deserves it. Denial of ETF. The former head of the SEC has stated that spot Bitcoin ETFs will not be approved. What is inevitable is that ETFs will go through, and we all know it. The financial markets will soon explode. I think they are trying to cause a final crisis in the cryptocurrency markets so that the weekend traders can cash out before the big boys and the institutions enter the market. Since I entered the crypto space in 2017, however, I have learned one important lesson. The length of the bull runs varies. Expect it. The upswing is on the horizon. As we approach closer and closer, every bit of information counts. There are a lot of folks riding this year's bull run to record highs. I just don't buy into that story. Timeframe 2024 to 2025. Every year about November is when I see the upswing begin. Since November seems to have always been the month to kick the uptrend into cycle in the past, going all the way back to 2012, I think that's what we'll see this time around. When the market reaches new highs in 2024, I expect XRP to be among the leaders. With no professional guidance in handling money matters, I can confirm that this is the case. In that direction lies my gaze. Does it contain graphs, numbers, and all the analysis I've been having agreeing with me are veterans of the field with stellar records? The previous high for XRP in the US was $2.80, and the new high will be even higher. Globally, XRP traded at $3.80. I expect it to rise to $4 at the very minimum, but personally, I still see it trading between $7 and $13, with a possible parabolic blowout at the top that may send it as high as $16 and $20. Everyone has earned their share of the profits from what's coming to us, so make sure you have an exit strategy ready to implement as soon as possible. Philip, Chad here, both of my tweets have been reposted here. Their quick payment and settlement connection on RippleNet was the topic of his breakthrough discussion about the future of finance in the cloud. He also put up a philosophy PwC and Javelin from the California Bank. Fintech experts agree that instant digital banking on the cloud is the way of the future. The previous service provider was a hub amongst banks from which customers could obtain liquidity as needed. Nostro Vostro accounts will be obsolete in financial institutions. In other words, the number of stars you observe is over 10 trillion. Not all of the Sir Vostro accounts with unused funds will disappear overnight, but their numbers will inevitably decrease. As time passes, the network becomes more stable, and as new users begin connecting to it, the trapped funds will gradually be released, decreasing from a peak of $10 trillion to $9 trillion. Why? Since they'll have the liftoff they need. Money when you need it. In today's first video, we discussed Ripple's liquidity hub, where users can source XRP on demand without having to have any of the cryptocurrency in their possession. The Rothschilds, one of the world's richest families with a combined net worth of $1.2 trillion, certainly wouldn't want to hear about this. They make $7 billion a month. You'll never guess who else is involved, and they tried to stop you. You guessed correctly if you dribble, right? With this announcement, Meghan has sent shockwaves through the world's most influential family. This Yeti piece was written a while ago, but it still holds up well. In 2018, this was the case. We consult authoritative sources, they mentioned SBI investments. There was talk of Ripple's XRP in this, so you may have guessed that eventually we would run into Ripple if we were actively associated with banks. Do they now have direct ownership of XRP? Is there collaboration between them and Ripple? Not directly, but we have learned of it through the periods and through relationships, most notably through SBI, whose banking consortium numbers in the 60s and 70s. 2 years from now, when the Olympics are held in Japan, we know for sure since Yoshitaka Tao told us so. This is when the Ross motifs come into play. And Lord XRP concludes the matter for us. Leaving, the Rothschilds are too wealthy to ever make a bad investment. They always finance both sides, as they own banks and make smart investments in firms who invest in XRP. Flowing poetry in comparison to other leagues, the SEC is the United States. Awaken your senses, think about this for a second. XRP will be the global bridge currency, and he is absolutely right. The investment plans of the institutions they own and deal with are interwoven into Ripple and XRP. If the Rothschilds are connected to a company like SBI, and SBI has a sizable XRP holding, the Rothschilds would know about it. Do you think the Rothschilds will want to see Ripple and XRP succeed because doing so will benefit their money fund? As I leave you in this state, I want you to give that some thought. If you enjoyed the clip, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon to receive alerts. See you in the next video. Bye.